Hi there, this is Jane here from Crystal Sparkles Readings. I'm just going to pop down a card for the rest of today and for the weekend. So I'll probably pop down a couple of cards and maybe an oracle card as well, just to keep us going. Have a little look, see what the Black and White Tarot has for us today and for the weekend. So here we go with our Faulkner Tarot card, and the Faulkner Tarot card for today that I have is the Five of Pentacles. Let me just go and put a light on so you can actually see the card properly. It's a little bit dark and gloomy here on this Friday afternoon. So this is the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles really talks about having a bit of lack going on around us, really. Of not quite having enough. You can see the guy in the photograph is pulling his inside of his pocket out and having a good look, and there's absolutely nothing there. So this is a card that talks about lack, it talks about not having quite enough. That could be anything. It could be not enough energy, not enough money, not enough time, not enough motivation, all sorts of energies of lack. Okay, so we can talk about that in terms of this weekend. And you might feel like you really can't be bothered to do very much, like you haven't got a lot of energy, you really can't be bothered. It all just feels like it's a little bit lacking. And all I would say is, you know, if you can, kind of try to switch your focus onto something that isn't about lack. So switch your focus onto something around you where you don't feel lacking, or you feel like you've got plenty of something, so that you can change your focus. It's also quite important to acknowledge that feeling as well, and kind of not just lock it away and, you know, just don't acknowledge it. And, you know, if it's part of you and it's important, then, you know, you can at least acknowledge it and kind of go, yeah, okay, well, that's not feeling quite so good, so I know it's there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose to focus elsewhere for now. So that's the Five of Pentacles. I'll put down another one as we're looking at the weekend as well. And interestingly enough, we then have the Six of Pentacles. So if we can focus on the better things around us this weekend, we can actually generate a better energy. So, you know, the tarot goes, it's quite a logical system, really. The Five is slightly lacking, the Six is a better card. The Six talks about things coming into us, money coming in, energy coming in, more positive attitude coming in. Let's face it, we could all do with some positive attitude. So it kind of is about that, being able to embrace more positive energy. And then when you do that, when you generate some positive energy for yourself, then you get more positive energy. The Six talks about being able to give and take as well, be a bit flexible. So not just focusing on one thing, just maybe being able to focus on a few different things and just allowing yourself to go with the flow a little bit and not getting too bogged down in the energy. Especially if it's an energy that don't feel particularly great, you know, find something that does, basically, I think is what they're saying to us with these cards. The Six of Pentacles is a really nice card in terms of flow. Okay, when I pick up the Six of Pentacles, always to me it talks about flow being better. So whereas the Five feels a little bit stuck, feels a little bit blocked, the Six is much more flowing. So it talks about in and out and back and forth, and, you know, being able to go with that flow, being flexible, being able to move with the energy. So those are our two tarot cards for this weekend. The energy, it looks to be starting off not so great and then getting better. So what I'm going to do is put down an oracle card just to help us out a little bit with that, and just see what the energy oracle has got to say. So the tarot cards that I'm using are the Faulkner Tarot deck, their black and white version. The oracle cards that I'm using at the moment are the energy oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. I use lots of different oracle cards, but these are my ones at the moment that I'm using a little bit more of. So I'm going to stick one of these down. Okay, so it's really interesting because this is another Six, and the 6 cards, I'm not a numerologist, but 6s tend to be about home and family and security and all of that kind of thing. So it's an interesting energy for a weekend, because that, I know not everybody gets to spend their time with their family and stuff at the weekend, but traditionally speaking, that's when we tend to be more focused on those sort of areas. So the card that we have in the Oracle card is Contract, and that talks about very similar to the Justice card in the tarot. So it can talk about balance, so can the 6 of Pentacles. That can be about balance as well, having some give and take. So it's quite a theme going on here. And the Contract card talks about, it talks about justice really, and if you felt like you're unfairly treated in some area, it can be that you're going to actually see some justice in that, or you're going to see that you become treated better, you see fairness. It also might be asking you to be just with somebody and to be fair. You might have an opportunity to right a wrong this weekend. You might have an opportunity to be fair to somebody that might not have experienced that very much. So it's about that. The Contract part of the Energy Oracle card does exactly what it says on the tin. It can be talking about any kind of contract, sort of marriages, moving house, signing contracts for business, all of that kind of thing can come with that card. Actually feel this is more about balance and give and take and ebb and flow and going with the energy. In this particular case, you kind of have to, with cards, they don't all just have one set meaning. You have to kind of go with your flow, go with your intuition, and that's what I'm being given today, is that this is more about balance and kind of being fair with yourself as well. You're not beating yourself up too much. Especially with that old Five of Pentacles in there, we might feel a bit lacking and fed up with things. So, that's okay. Sometimes we have to do that. And don't beat yourself up too much about it. Just switch the energy around as soon as you can. And you'll feel much better for it. I will leave that with you for today. Those are the cards for today and this weekend. I'm just aware that a lot of people that I read for and that I talk to on social media, on my Twitter, on Periscope, on Facebook and places like that, come from the area of Florida, and just wanted to say stay safe, all you guys that are there. I'll be thinking of you over this weekend, and really hoping and praying that you all stay safe and stay out of the nasty weather that is around about you at the moment. Yeah, it's not a good situation. Don't want to bang on too much about it, because you guys are in it and you know exactly what's going on there. But best wishes to you. I hope you all stay safe. Thanks very much for listening. Bye for now.